And we are live. What's up, man?
Okay. Let me share my screen with you.
Share the screen. So for our viewers tuning in, we're going to be doing a couple video game podcasts. Tonight we're going to be talking about Pokemon Sword. I almost said Sun and Moon. Pokemon Sword and Shield, and kind of what we're expecting, what we think may come out of these games. I have Cody on here with me. Josh may be joining us later, or he may be on a separate podcast altogether. But let's dive right into this. So,
okay, so we're gonna start here with the map. All right, obviously, this is the starting town.
We know this for sure, or we're at the bottom of the map, right?
Yeah, this is the bottom of the map. Okay, let me show the whole map.
Yeah, let's zoom out and then zoom back in.
So
because I'm a little lost. Okay, I see you. Right. Probably right there yet.
I think a big complaint that people are having about this game is that the map looks too linear. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to explain to you why that's actually not going to be true, and it might blow your mind.
Okay.
All right. So obviously this is the starting town. This is probably the laboratory right here. This might be a second laboratory. There might be two professors. Mm-hmm. But that's what I think. You'll be here once you get your starter Pokemon. I think before you get your starter Pokemon, you'll probably be free to explore up around here for a little bit, but they're going to keep you in here until you get your starter Pokemon and leave. Mm-hmm. You'll take the railroad out, obviously, and we see it here. And I think this is going to go one of two ways. Either they're going to cut you loose here, or when you get to this town, because you can see the railroad track running on in here. Right. When you get to this town, you'll have to do the gym. This is a gym right here. This specific location is a gym. You can actually see the gym logo on it in one of the trailers. In the trailer.
In the Big Ben.
Right. Or
whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is here.
Because, I mean, there was was it Luminos City?
Yeah, and, there was the gym in the center.
X and Y, yeah, there was the big one in the center, yeah.
Right, yeah. I think I think they'll truly turn you loose after this point. Okay, now look where you can go. Look where you can go from here.
Yeah, you can go left, right, up, or right. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Right. From here, because see, here's the gate that takes you down here into the wild. There's probably something out this way, and they'll probably let you go out this way too. Mm-hmm. And like even if you went out, could only go out this way or this way, it's still like, you take this path and you can come up here and maybe do this stuff up here,
and I can see them doing certain locks, like what they do, or like what they have with maybe like the Elite Four. There might be certain areas you can only go unless you have certain badges, or until you have so many badges, something like that.
Yeah, I think this here might actually be the Elite Four, but it's also a route, or either this is the Elite Four, or this actual structure here is the gym in the town, and this actually goes under this, and whenever you get all of your badges, this opens up and you can go through here to Victory Road.
Right.
But basically what I'm thinking is this section of the map here is just is going to be either completely or mostly open-ended in terms of how you approach the gyms. Like this is the playground.
Right. Yeah, this is kind of how when you start playing the game, how you want to play it.
Right. And then, this up here, this will be Victory Road. See, there's something extra right here, too. I have no idea what this could be.
Yeah.
But that's another path. Maybe the Legendary will be back here.
That's where Red's at, bro.
Maybe so. But
what is that? What is right there? What your cursor was just on, that kind of red blob there?
This here?
Yeah.
I think that's a gym. I think that's that looks like a gym, but the only way that would make sense is if you actually had to go through, maybe you have to do this one last.
Right. And it looks like there's kind of something going on the left there too, which my details dropped slightly, but the image there, or to the left of the tower, what is that circle?
This is supposed to be the London Eye. It's like it's a big Ferris wheel.
I got you.
That's actually Big Ben right there beside it. But this is actually a Ferris wheel. This, I think, like this here could be the Pokemon League, and these might be battle facilities.
Yeah, maybe you don't. Maybe the Elite Four aren't just in one building. In
Yeah,
this
maybe
one,
so.
you know, maybe they got maybe they have their own complete thing kind of going on. Like, what if the Elite Four has gyms? Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it could be something like that.
Which, I mean, it wouldn't be hard for them to create, you know, some type of what would you say it? Would you call it an AI system? I don't think you call it an AI system. Some type of leveling system, you know, similar to kind of like what like some of the Elder Scrolls games have. So like, I mean, and other games have used it since then, but you know, where you can you have certain areas that are the enemies, or bosses, gym leaders, whatever in this case, would be a certain level. You know, so this gym here may be 60, level 60, level 40, whatever, all the time. And then there could be some NPCs in the wild that would actually level depending on what your level was.
Right. Yeah, I think that if they went this way, went this open way, there would definitely be some kind of scaling system in place.
Right.
But yeah, I guess it's just a matter of how you want to approach it. I really don't think. Okay. So let me show you exactly why this is going to happen.
Okay. Show me. Blow my mind.
All right, this is it right here, dude. Let me Okay. This is the trailer for the game. Can you see my screen? Can you see this?
Doesn't look like it. I see your mouse, and I still see the map, unless I just haven't.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay, look. They didn't say Pokemon Sword and Shield trailer, Pokemon Sword and Shield reveal. It says Forge a Path.
I see. Forge a Path.
Yep.
Forge a Path.
There it is.
You might be onto it. That might be it.
That's it, dude. That's definitely it. They would not choose this wording for no reason.
Right.
I really don't think they would choose this word. And the biggest complaints with both X and Y and Sun and Moon were that they were too linear and too much like cutscene to cutscene. They're going to let people. They're going to do the opposite. There.
Right.
They're going to do the opposite.
Which, you know, with me just here recently playing through Let's Go, you know, I can really see where they use Let's Go as, you know, as basically a test.
Yeah.
For certain things, because, you know, how am I trying to word this? You notice certain things, you know, that they kind of pulled from the old games. And that they kind of changed just slightly, you know, that seems like they're just trying to test it out, especially with it not being a hardcore game, or hardcore Pokemon game. You know, it's like they were kind of like, we want to test this without messing up our core game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they kind of say, well, let's come out with this. Let's Go. We can kind of play around on it. But right. You know, those games, even in their original forms, had a little more open-endedness than what a lot of the other Pokemon games had. Because once you got to, once you got past Misty, you kind of had a choice of what gym that you could go to, and all the other ones you really had to go, you know, gym 1, 2, 3, do your little, you know, bad guy scenario, and then hop back on your gym train.
Right. In Gen 1 and 2, the 3 gyms before the last gym you could do in any order. After you beat Erica, you could go do them in any order.
Right.
I think, and I don't think that's been the case in any other game since those. Maybe in Gen 3, but definitely not in any of the other ones.
Right.
So I think that's where they're going to go. That just seems like the thing to do now with the big Nintendo games is give the player a lot more freedom.
Yeah, I mean, they did it with Legend of Zelda, right? They did it with Mario. It would make sense to do it again.
Right.
All right. So let's talk about this thing here. Okay. You were pointing out to me in the logo. And start from the beginning and kind of explain to the audience out there how you explained it to me initially.
Okay. So the Japanese logos for each Pokemon game have the main mechanic in the logo,
and ours does not.
And the American ones do not. For whatever reason they don't. But yeah. So let me show you the Japanese X and Y logo.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it on Google here real quick, but basically the Japanese X and Y logo in this spot here where this logo is, it had the Mega Evolution logo, and Sun and Moon also had the Z Crystal logo there. So they always put the main mechanic there.
All right. And we didn't know what that was at the time.
Right. It has not been revealed yet. Now there's that leak that came out about the armored evolutions.
Right.
I think that leak is true, but I do not think that is what this is.
Right. And for people who don't know out there, there was a leak that I don't have a link to that leak. I don't know if you do or not. But basically a guy came out. It was right before the Nintendo Direct. Correct?
Yeah, it was a few days before. Yeah.
Right, and basically said everything that they were going to show during the Direct, except they also said that certain Pokemon would be getting quote unquote armored forms. Whether that's like a Mega or another evolution, we don't know. But we just know that there is some type of armored form, and they said who? Charizard?
It was Mewtwo, Charizard, Flygon, and that new electric legendary. I can't remember its name. Zeraora.
Gotcha.
But I don't think that's what this is, because we've already had evolution as a central mechanic, type of evolution as a central mechanic. I also think, just due to the name, armored evolution, assuming that mechanic is real, it's very simple. I don't think that's what this is. I think, and to continue on that, I don't think this is any kind of method of evolution or anything that we've seen before in Pokemon, because it's on the gyms. Okay, regardless of leak, this logo is on the gyms. What this logo actually reminds me of is the rotation battle. The rotation battle UI. We have not seen the UI for this game yet. We might have new options in battles, or at least in trainer battles. We might have new options.
That may be why they didn't show they didn't show that in the trailer, because there's something big there.
Right. I wonder if this is red and blue because maybe it coincides with the actual game logos, and there'll be some kind of like attack and defense stance or position for your Pokemon in battle, and that also kind of plays into the sports themes too. You know, you already have a team. Why not assign positions to your team? You know,
right.
Now the gyms, I don't think it's going to be a soccer mini game or gimmick or anything like that. I think it's going to be just battling. I think battling is going to be central to not only like the theme of the game in Sword and Shield, but also the actual culture of the region in the game. And I think that's how this mechanic is going to come into play, in terms of it being a battle mechanic and not an evolution mechanic.
Right.
If you look at Sun and Moon and X and Y, both the new mechanic in both of those games is like integrated into the culture of the region. So that's why I think it makes sense. It's the UK. They love soccer. It would make sense for the whole thing to be based around that, you know. Okay.
Right.
That's why I think it's a battle change. Now,
I can see that.
I had a theory that they were going to bring back rotation battles, but you were going to be able to do double rotation battles. Now that's kind of simplistic, and I'm just saying that purely for superficial reasons. I have no reason to believe that, but that's just what came to mind.
Just looking at the picture,
right?
Because it's kind of like some swirls,
right? And maybe you'll be able to assign, you know, this side of my field is for defense, this side of my field is for offense, and that might make you think more about what slot your Pokemon's in doubles.
Right. I mean, I can see that. I mean, I can also see it representing, you know, some type of armor, or armored evolution, you know, just because it is the same color as the sword and the shield are, you know, right now.
But the only thing about that is, why would it be on the gyms?
Right. It is odd that it is, you know, it is on the gyms, unless maybe all the gyms have some type of armor. Maybe that's the gym gimmick in this in this gen. Maybe all of them will have a specific type of armor that makes them do certain things. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. I can't help but wonder if they're trying to introduce a new battle mechanic just for like the sake of VGC, and they're going to use the storyline to teach you how to use that mechanic to get people to play.
I could definitely see them. Maybe that's going to be the new VGC logo. I could see them doing something like, how in Let's Go, the game was catching the Pokemon, and then the sub game, I guess, was the battling system.
Right.
Maybe in this one, because it's a regular Pokemon game, the regular gameplay will be a regular Pokemon game, but the gyms, the main story aspects will be VGC based, and not the regular Pokemon. And I feel like that's kind of they need something like that, for their competitive scene, because for them to be able to compete, competitively and be able to bring in, I think, the money that they want and make Pokemon the type of competitive, and streamed game that they want, that they're definitely going to have to get a way to bring in these newer players into VGC, which is one reason why I'm starting that series on VGC, which if you guys haven't checked that out, do check that out on the channel. That would make sense. You get somebody in that's played all the Pokemon games, they can still play and do their normal stuff, right?
Right.
But their learning curve, for 90% of the players that have already played a Pokemon game, their learning curve will just be, the gym. Because imagine going to a gym, you've never done VGC, right?
Yeah.
Imagine going to your first gym and it be some, very basic form of weather. You know what I mean? How that could a very basic form of weather could just destroy a non-VGC based team.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
right.
it instantly, boom, they learn, they're having to learn through this gym here because this is a weather type gym.
Right.
You know what I mean? Different stuff like that. This guy's a trick room gym. It would be a good way for them to try to teach, and would kind of make sense of why you see those logos on those gyms, because they're saying this is a VGC area.
Yeah, and if we were to look at this if we were to look at this in terms of, I guess, how you would treat gym leaders in real life, okay, wouldn't they be the most serious combatant? So wouldn't it make the most sense for them to use the competitive format?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's kind of a dumb, in-universe way to look at it, but it makes a lot of sense.
Right, exactly.
But I also think this is just me speculating as far as the region goes. I think they might let you play through the whole game without having to deal with the evil team or the villain team, and then maybe you'll go back through the region.
Right, in the post game.
Yeah, dealing with them.
That would be an interesting way to do it and to keep you playing the game.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I'm really excited to see, what all new RPG aspects they bring in.
Yeah.
Now what we were talking about the bad guys a little bit. And I said that, I thought they would be, some type of knights or something. And you said there was one that was night themed. Now, which one was that?
Yeah, that was in Black and White. Team Plasma. Their first iteration, they were knights.
Right. Now, that's right, because they come back in Black and White too. Right. I don't think they would bring them back again.
Yeah, I don't see any reason for them to do that. But
I was going to say, I wonder, if they did, but if it is the ones from Black and White, of course they came back, so I could see them not doing them a third time. Yeah. But you'd think it would be something that kind of fit in with, I say it'd be something that would kind of fit in with the theme of the area, but then look at Team Skull.
Team Skull, they really weren't the bad guys though. So.
Right, yeah.
They fit the aesthetic of Street Thugs, but, their foundation were the real villains, so.
Right, yeah. Yeah. You're right.
I'm thinking wizards, I really
Yeah.
think that's what it's going to be, Wizards, or
Yeah,
like a Magic theme.
Yeah, Wizards would be cool. Wizards would be cool. Yeah. I keep thinking like this game is going to be the quote unquote modern themed, but I when I think about it in my head, I always think it's like a prequel game, just because of the setting. Like I'm imagining my dude walking out with like some knight clad armor.
Right.
Here's what I'm thinking. This is what I want to talk about. Some different Pokemon that might get the armor, like I was telling you about the other day.
Yeah.
Farfetch'd, definitely, Farfetch'd.
He
needs some armor.
Yeah, dude, the samurai armor.
Oh yes.
Even cloak his leak in metal too.
Right. And then Snorlax needs him a giant knight armor. Like the big heavy knight.
Right.
That's what he needs. He needs the big heavy armor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I want him to show some of the Gen 2 Pokemon some love.
Yeah.
I'd like to see some of them get some.
We definitely need
my Feraligatr.
We definitely need a power up of some kind for those starters.
Oh yeah.
And just regional variants, armors, anything for like some of the other Pokemon.
Right. Do you think they'll do regional variants again? Or do you think that'll be something that they leave just for Sun and Moon?
I hope so.
Excuse me.
I feel like so many people will be disappointed if they don't give us at least a few.
Yeah, I feel like the regional variant is a very easy thing for them to do and stick with.
Yeah, it's such a good like implementation. It's like everything that people want, basically.
Right, yeah.
Like a good way to buff an old Pokemon without it being,
Right, yeah, or change the way a Pokemon works.
Yeah, I thought up a neat one earlier. Since it's the UK region, there's got to be lots of myths and legends. All right.
Right.
I was thinking the Togepi that's a changeling and it's dark and fairy type and it's the evil fairy.
Ooh.
The bad egg.
The bad egg. Bro, that would be a good one, bro.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty great.
There's got to be a secret legendary in this game that's Nessie.
Yeah, for sure, dude. There has to be. People keep
saying, bro, maybe Nessie will be the third legendary.
Yeah, right. People keep saying that the starter should evolve into Nessie, and it's like,
maybe.
Like that's definitely a possibility. That's definitely a possibility. But I feel like
about it, but yeah, it hides in the water.
I feel like because it's Nessie though, they would make that a legendary. Like that makes sense, right?
Right. Yeah, it would make sense to me.
Or even a mythical.
Oh yeah. It's got to be one of those like you have to find it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find it. So have we saw that the Pokemon are not in the overworld, or have we seen that?
They are not in the overworld.
They are not. Okay.
Oh wait, to go back to a previous subject for just a second. The regional variant of Lapras could be Nessie.
Oh yeah, Lapras would be a good choice. Lapras would be a good one to give a regional variant to.
Yeah.
What type would Nessie be?
Yeah, dude,
I feel like it would be like water grass
or water ghost.
Water ghost, yeah.
Like
either one of those would be good, yeah, and good on a tanky.
Right.
A tanky Pokemon.
Right. Water fairy makes sense. It could be a lot of different things.
Right. Yeah. Just depending on kind of how they want to go with it.
Right.
Yeah. That middle part of the map there, bro, with the snow and stuff. That's gonna be like the hardest part right there, man. That's when you have to go straight Conan the Barbarian.
This whole.
Yeah. Which it's got the train there, so maybe not, but.
Yeah.
It seems like this seems like one of the things where it's like they're gonna make you go the first time on that right long path because the train's broken.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right.
Then you got to get there and fix the train, and you can use it to fast travel. May be the with the train tracks being everywhere. That may be one of the core aspects of the game. Maybe rebuilding the train tracks or some type of train battle system,
right?
Like the SS Anne, but we're on trains.
Right. Yeah, I could see something like that happening. What I was saying earlier, if they decide to do let you play through the game without dealing with the villains, and
Right.
then go back down through the region dealing with them. Maybe you can't fast travel until that. Maybe you can't fast travel until the end of the game. Okay, and
Mhm.
you have to use the trains up until that point. So
Right.
you'll have to
Yeah.
walk around,
Right.
and explore.
Right. Now, I wonder if okay, it's Sword and Shield, right? So that makes you think some type of battle. So I'm thinking either it's Sword and Shield for just the pure combat VGC aspect. I'm trying to push competitive. I also wondered if it was Sword and Shield because they're trying to defend themselves from somebody, and I was thinking if maybe the threat or whatever was like these Ultra Beasts. You know what I mean? Like, because like they invaded the other world, right?
Right.
Like in Sun and Moon. If they do Ultra Beasts again, I could see them, plaguing this area and them trying to figure out some way of how they're gonna deal with these Ultra Beasts.
Right.
Combat them.
In X and Y, do you remember the war that was in like the backstory?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This region might have been the one that they fought.
It could be. It could be.
How that actually will tie into the overall story, who knows? But I think that would make sense if the armored evolution is real.
Right. Right. Look at that little island on the right, bro. You got to be going to get
this. Yeah, there might be something out there.
Are you ready for them to zoom the picture back again and there be another island?
I wish. I think there might be something secret here.
Oh yeah, where the clouds covering.
Yeah, right there. That's the only cloud I think could be hiding anything, though. Everything else I don't think is.
It is like on the top of like a mountain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like that's the thing you see at the beginning of the game and you can't access it until you've gone to the end of the game and got the skill to be able to do it.
Right.
Please, Game Freak. No more HMs.
Yeah, I don't think HMs are coming back.
I hope they learned.
I don't even really like how they implement them in Let's Go.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like it should just be a move that your Pokemon uses, or something that your Pokemon can do in the overworld that it has.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying. I'm excited though.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what they do.
Right.
I think well, since we mentioned it, we'll go over that leak real quick.
Mm-hmm.
The leak said it came out, like you said before, it came out a couple days before the Nintendo Direct. The leak said the version names, Sword and Shield, that no other fakes really had that. There were no other fakes with that name, so I think that gives them a lot of credence. And he also got the region right off, so that gives them a lot of legitimacy.
Right.
But
I don't see how you guessed that.
Right. The full leak had the legendaries in it, which were a metal snake, the sword, I would assume, and a wooden horse, which is the shield.
Right.
And the armored forms that we already went over.
Right.
And that was it. Just wanted to have this whole leak in the video.
Right. Yeah. Discuss it.
Yeah. Right. Other than the legendaries, which it's like what type could they be? Steel and something else, I guess. Steel and grass in case of the horse. But I don't see it being. I don't really know what else to go off of there.
Right. Yeah, I can definitely see the double steel types potentially for this. Yeah. But yeah, okay. So right quick, let's as kind of like a closing thing, let's talk about these starters right quick. Looking at them right now, which one you think is your favorite?
I can't really decide if I'm going to do the fire one or the water one.
Right.
I'm more leaning towards the bunny.
Yeah, I like the bunny, man. But I think if the bunny's like we were saying, I really think the bunny's final form is going to be fire normal, and that he'll like we were saying, he'll have that extreme speed, so it'll be like Arcanine, but with that normal stab, but can't be walled by steel types. But I guess we'll see kind of see what his ability and all is, because that's, and the stats, that's what really is going to make the Pokemon. Because he's not going to have crazy stats, man. None of them really have starters really have crazy stats, but I mean, if he has a good ability to go with that typing and those moves, I think the grass will be, like we said, it'll be grass rock, just because he was hitting the rock. Hopefully again with a good ability, and then water, probably water ghost for the third one.
Yeah, water ghost I think is pretty likely, even though we've had a few of those. I think that's probably the way it's going to go.
Yeah.
The thing with the starters though, it's like if it has the BSTs are generally the same, the base stat totals, but if you get the right distribution, the right ability, then it could be really good.
Right.
And I think I really don't think they'll do another gen where none of the starters are good or only one of them is good, just because it's like the characters, they designed these characters to market them, and I don't understand why you wouldn't make them. Why you're trying to
the
sell
main three to
be
you wouldn't want the main three to be be good and competitive.
Right, and it's just like with Incineroar, and I'm sure they made Incineroar so good so they can market the character better.
Right. Yeah.
But,
well, alrighty then. Well, I think that's what we'll call it quits. My camera is on 1 minute of battery life left, so so it's perfect timing. So Cody, I'm glad you joined me tonight for this discussion. I think we went over some great topics. Everybody out there, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. Click that little bell and comment down below. Let us know if you like this video, what we can do better, and any sort of videos you'd like us to do in the future. You want to say bye, Cody?
Bye, Cody.
Right.